Alright, welcome everyone to my first attempt at streaming Magic the Gathering Arena. A game that was languishing in NDA hell for quite some time now gets to appear before, well, I imagine many of users' eyes over the past month? Maybe 2 months, I don't know. For any of you who might be wondering, what's Magic the Gathering? What am I doing here? What is this place? If you've played Hearthstone, it's basically the same game, but a little bit more fiddly. What we're doing today is making use of a feature called the Quick Draft over here, which will wobble at us in appreciation. Quick Draft lets us construct a deck out of a bunch of different packs, and then we play against other people who've done the same thing. We've only got about 3 hours before this, 2 hours before this queue actually expires entirely. So we better get our move on. We're currently at 3 wins, I think? Out of a possible 7 wins. You get more stuff for winning more games. Hopefully my face is not obscuring anything it needs not to. Let's take a quick look at the deck. So what have we got? Basically a bunch of cards. Let's see, let's break it down into just the most important things. So, to start with, we've got this friendly fellow, Tetsuko Umizawa. This gentleman means that given enough time, all of our little tiny guys will be able to attack over and over again until eventually we win. Aha! Because all of our creatures of power or toughness 1 or less can't be blocked. You notice that those numbers at the bottom of his card, 1 and 3, means he's got 1 power, which means he counts himself. So, given enough time, I will eventually win. But how will I get to that late game? An excellent question. A big part of this deck is his 3 Deep Freeze cards. This basically allows us to kill essentially any creature and effectively kill it. In terms of, it allows us to take what could be their best creature and make it do effectively nothing. So this does effectively exchange their best thing for a wall. But, if you remember this gentleman up here, all of our guys can bypass all of their creatures, making this a very nice combination. What else have we got going on? We've got the good old Divination, that's just some draw cards. We've got the classic Cloud Reader Sphinx, which is apparently just a very solid card. We also have this wonderful card here, which allows us to take the opponent's best card and make it our card. Now the theory behind this is that there's only going to be, in a draft deck, because you're kind of choosing from a limited pool, there's only so many good cards that you could have at your disposal. What I love about this is it means that, if I'm playing against you and you've got one really good card, then as long as the mana works out and everything, the timing works out, then your good card is suddenly my good card, and then you don't have any good cards left. We've also got this gentleman here who's a nice flying guy. I don't think we've actually got anything that lets us get him out for cheaper, which is a bit of a shame, but hey. And let's see, you'll notice we've got, most of these cards are blue, but we have got some red up here. So this guy's pretty nice. I don't know if we'll actually ever get to use them, but it's kind of cool. Just a resurrecting Flappy Bird. This guy's mainly here for being a big wall, though he can attack if need be. But the main reason we're playing red is for this Immolating Inferno. So if we get enough mana, so we need 2 red and X amount, the X being more the better, then we will end up being able to Burninate all of our opponents. Up to 3 targets means it's great for taking out utilities. Of course, it's a pretty expensive spell, so this is why I figure we can get away with playing a mostly blue deck, because by the time this is going to be very relevant, then hopefully we'll have that kind of mana available. We've got a fair chunk of drawing. We've got the Weight of Memory and the Divination to hopefully draw us our red land. I think... let's see, anything else that's particularly interesting? Syncopate's a good counterspell, but other than that, I think just pretty solid stuff. The Diligent Excavator, I don't think it's really going to do too much of anything, honestly. I did have the choice of putting in some cheap red cards, these guys here, but I figured that would mean I'd have to play a lot more red land. Hero Gaming Simon, you sneaky so-and-so, do you know how Magic the Gathering works? I'm more than happy to explain it to you as we go if you do not. But this is, I think, my first stream doing it myself, so welcome! Exciting stuff, exciting stuff! Well, Hero Gaming Simon, I'll kind of split the difference here, and I'll explain kind of what I'm doing as I'm going, and we'll see how much you understand already. Of course, anybody who might happen to watch this afterwards might not understand Magic either. So let's get started. So as we're standing, I think we paid a bunch of this paid game currency. I take it thumbs up and 3 smiles means that you understand Magic the Gathering? Alright, well that's good news. But yes, so we've got a decent reward, but we want the big money. Oh yes, the big money. So let's see if we can get ourselves some of that. Play! Now each of our deck is pretty good, from what I can tell. But each of these matches have been pretty difficult so far. So, we might end up losing all 3 of these. We might go to 7 wins. I think it's going to be tight either way around it. So remember, we've got that card that lets us steal the opponent's best thing. Ooh! So we tend to open pretty well. Let's see, so we've got 3 land. Boop, boop, boop. And we've got something that costs 2. Good stuff. Yes, Hero Gaming Simon. Lovely, well, I would say lovely to see you too, but I can't. So we can't play any of this other stuff, but we have got a pretty decent opening. And if we draw any other 1-power creatures, then we'll be good to go. I think we're probably alright because we've got essentially 3 turns to draw more land in, so I think we'll be alright. It's not amazing because these are the 2 cards we don't really want until much later. Because this card, because it doesn't have anything worth stealing, and also we can't cast it. And this card, because it doesn't have anything worth blowing up, but also we can't cast it. So, in the interest of giving away as little information as possible, we will play only our our blue lands, and we'll keep our red lands behind. Very sneaky, you might say. Well, yes. Ooh, there you go. It's worked out pretty well. So, because we're playing a guy who only requires blue mana and 1 colorless, we'll play another blue land and keep its secret we're also playing red for as long as we can. Because why not, really? We will need to get down a couple of red lands to cast this guy, so we probably won't wait too long. Ooh, boy. So this guy is kind of nasty. This guy allows them to spam out these Saproling creature tokens and then also kick us in the butt pretty hard. So what can we do here? If we attack, then he'll attack us. So I think for the moment we will just draw some cards. Alright, seems pretty good. So no attackers for the moment. We want to make sure that we've got... we can probably build towards the Immolating Inferno to wipe the board out. So it's worth... Oh, hello. That's interesting. So presumably he's got some kind of pump spell? Spell that makes his bigger... Oh, hey, King Sugar, how's it going? We're playing Magic the Gathering today, so I could block and probably lose my creature. Honestly, I don't mind. Let's bite. Okay, no, didn't have anything. Our opponent was trying to go for the old fakeroo. Oh, okay. Aha, and they've basically gone for the same thing that we did, which was to draw a bunch of cards. King Sugar, are you a Magic the Gathering aficionado? Do you know how it works? If not, I'll try and do my best to explain things as we go. I think we're now officially winning. Hooah! So, we've now got enough mana to start doing some more interesting stuff. Do we? Oh, darn it, I played the wrong colour mana. I meant to play red so we could play a Warcry Phoenix. Instead, I did not. Okay, so in that case, we'll just draw more cards. Because if there's anything that blue decks like to do, it's draw cards. Cool, we've got a lot of stuff, so we'll probably keep this guy back. Because he did a fantastic job of getting in the way of the Stowaway. So, nothing for this turn. Hero Gaming Simon, you're getting ready to go to work. Well, what do you work doing, Hero Gaming Simon? I've got no idea. Okay, Sugar. Why, I'm sure you're handsome too. Alright, so we'll bite again. I think this guy is going to eventually kill Ardu, but I'm not overly worried. If he starts using up his spells to do that, then we've actually got 2 of this guy, so it's not the end of the world. And I quite like for him to spend his turn not doing anything. There we go. So he's made his guy really big. That's a pretty good spell, and he's used up his whole turn to do it. So I'm alright with that. He has got this guy, which gives him more mana. There we go. And he's used it to get saplings. Hero Gaming Simon, you work. It's a secret. Oh boy, oh boy. Right. So we're starting to get to the point now where we can maybe do some stuff. I could play this, but I don't think we need any more cards right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this, because we've got 5 mana, I'm going to use all 5 of it to play this guy. Or this lady. I don't know. Let's us scry. So, oh, excellent. These are 2 really nice cards. So I think we'll keep those. The mountain lets us work with our other already existing mountain to set off the Immolating Inferno and blow up most of their board. And the Deep Freeze basically lets us kill anything. So good times are coming. Well, Hero Gaming Simon, I hope your secret job is as satisfying as it could be. Let's see. Where should my head go? Maybe over here? I kind of thought that maybe, considering this is quite a streamer-centric setup for this game, I thought that maybe they would be a bit more accommodating as far as, you know, making it easy for streamers to use. But I don't know. Alright, so what we're going to do is, let's see, so we've got 6 mana, so we could... oh, we could have a legendary creature or planeswalker. I didn't even realise. I never actually read the card properly. Alright, I think we have got legendary creatures, so that's okay. Oh, we've got a legendary enchantment. Does that count? No. Okay, so we might not be able to cast this for a while, which makes me regret losing out on my legendary creature, but we've definitely got another one of him. So I think we're going to throw down our Cyclops to get in the way. This isn't the best use for our mana, but it's okay. Because there's nothing of his I'm dying to steal within Bolas's clutches. Can't play this. Could play this, but it doesn't do anything for us defensively. And this is just drawing more cards, which we don't quite need to do right now. So, the race is on! As we send our Cloud Reader Sphinx up into the noggin of our opponent, ST85. Who, as expected from the very beginning of the game, will start making saplings. Also, it's worth noting here, so every time a sapling dies, he gains a life, we lose a life. So he can easily just start sending saplings into us, but he's not actually choosing to do so. Interesting stuff. So, the question we've got here is, do we deep freeze his Stowaway? Because that doesn't stop the whole sapling thing going on. And I think probably yes. Just because I don't think he's got anything else going on otherwise. We could steal it within Bolas's clutches, but I don't think it's that worthwhile, so let's... He's going to make another sapling, but I don't think that's the end of the world either, because without this effect, causing saplings to do more damage to us, then it doesn't really matter. King Sugar, if you look on the Facebook page, there's some update notes put out at the moment. So there's the update's already out for iOS, and I think it's coming out for Android soon, and then PC last. So yeah, King Sugar, just look on facebook.com/MortalKombat, you'll be able to find out all about that. Hey USA Gamer, nice to see ya, nice to see ya. I know this isn't Modern Combat 5, but this is what I do when I'm not playing Modern Combat 5. Oh no, he's got 2 of them. USA Gamer, you're streaming Fortnite right now. Wow, that's pretty cool. How is Fortnite doing? I noticed that Fortnite had just announced its Let's see. We can win pretty soon. Fortnite just announced its first esports thing, I think, didn't it? As far as I remember. Let's see. So, oh, this guy's legendary. Okay, so we're going to do something a bit weird. USA Gamer, you know who I am right now. Well, I assume you're MT5 to Haxel. Right, if we steal his legendary permanent, we can then activate our legendary sorcery. So let's do that. And also because it messes with his plans. Which is, generally, I feel, a strong move. So for any of you guys who've not played Magic the Gathering, you can only have one of each legendary thing. So he played his second Slimefoot guy, and that meant that his original one died. So we're very close to winning. We have taken no damage whatsoever. We're still up at 20 life. He's taken a butt ton of damage, and he's got a bunch of rubbish tokens, a bunch of guys who give him mana, and a guy who doesn't really do anything. So this is the point at which he probably just starts trying to go for desperation moves, but we are going to still block this stuff just in case he's got a spell that makes all of his creatures do like 1,000,000 damage. Because that's the only scenario in which we get murdered. I don't think it's very likely. Oh! No, it's in fact totally likely, and that's in fact what happened. So, wow. So we got very close to losing, but we didn't. So there we go. We win! Phew. Hey Tez, how's it going? It feels really weird to be drawing people to a Magic the Gathering stream who are Modern Combat 5 fans, but if any of you guys don't understand Magic the Gathering stuff, then do tell me, and I'll make sure to explain as best as I can what's going on. So now we've got 4 wins. So we've gone from getting 300 gems to 450 gems. And you might be like, but gems? Those aren't real things. Those don't exist in the real world. But they're basically the in-game currency that you buy with money. There was a starter offer for a decent amount of gems for $5. So I was like, okay, this is the only thing I'll ever buy in this game, just because it seems like it lets me access some of these premium tournaments. Anyway, let's get on with it. So we're looking to get up to 7 wins, which means 4 games, but we can potentially lose twice? Maybe? King Sugar, I take it you mean you know how to play already. I don't know. Alright, we're going up against Scion and Beyond. So last time round, our hand wasn't actually even that good and we still did pretty well. So, I'm hopeful we can do pretty decently. Let's see. Oh, this is difficult. So, we've got only 1 land, which is traditionally really terrible. But we have got Opt, which would let us have 2 chances at getting another land. And we've got a bunch of deep freezes along with a creature that doesn't really do anything. Screw it, let's give it a try. Because we've also got the first draw as well, so I think we'll be alright. I don't know if we really want to have this many deep freezes early, because this is going to leave us in the situation we can't really do anything. Alright, so we'll wait until the end of the opponent's turn to use our Opt, because it's just good practice, I guess. Are they going to play anything? Nope. Alright, so let's dig for land! And there we go. Sorted. I think this is probably still a dumb idea, but we've gotten away with it, so if it works out, as my good friend Piers says, I'm pretty sure what he says is as long as it works out well, it was a good idea. Alright, so, oh gosh, it's more people with saplings. So, our guy here, or our lady here, isn't particularly good at anything in particular, but I suppose in the interest of using our mana, because we've got 3 of these guys, let's... I really don't want to use this basically kill anything spell on something that's rubbish. But, screw it. We've got nothing else to do, so might as well. I think I'm going to probably end up regretting keeping this opening hand because it's a bit weird. We can kill, you know, the next two things it brings out. Or maybe not bother in this case. Okay, this changes everything. So now we've got an unblock with Tetsuko. Tetsuko is going to make not only them, oh, also mills our opponent, which is kind of nice. Not sure it's going to matter. Might eventually. But now this Diligent Excavator cannot be blocked, so we can win by default if given enough time. Whew. Where do you kind of think is a good place on the screen to keep my face? Up here? Over here? Down here? I kind of like it down here. Right, so... Man, this guy's got a lot of mana right now, so I think I'm going to hold off on the idea of using Deep Freeze and anything, because whatever this guy plays, we're just going to Deep Freeze it or Blink of an Eye it, which puts it back in their hand. So, in the interest of winning, let's just attack with everybody. So we can use the Blink of an Eye during the opponent's turn, so maybe we'll do that just to annoy them. But if not, if it's nothing that important, then perhaps we'll just Deep Freeze it instead and just be a real jerk. Because what is being blue if not being a real jerk? There we go. That's exactly what we were looking for. A really oversized creature. So we don't care what it is as long as it's big and it doesn't do anything when it comes into play. Because we can just Deep Freeze it and then it becomes irrelevant. We could... do we just make him play it again? That's pretty funny, actually. Yeah, let's just make him play it again. Oh man, this is the perfect blue match where you're just annoying your opponents to death. Really, it's what you play blue for, isn't it? Okay, so he's got some creatures back. So we could Deep Freeze that, but honestly, I don't think it's really worth it. We can hold our mana to... Man, Syncopate's really nice. So that lets us counter a spell unless he pays. So if he pays all of his mana, we can just counter it. Alright, so the race continues, and we've got a counter spell in hand. He's got a lot of mana, so I think we'll probably use Syncopate on this, because he can't... Oh wait, actually I think he's going to have enough. So he's got... Well, yeah, we can only cast it with 2. So Syncopate may not actually end up doing anything. But yes, Tejas, how you doing? What do you guys think of the music? I'm using some of the Twitch royalty-free music library. We're actually falling a little bit behind on what we've got going on here. I think the fact we don't have any mana at all is a little bit annoying. So we've now negated the Thorn Elemental entirely, but we're gonna probably have to switch to attacking with just one of our creatures because he's got a 2/2, and so we'd end up falling behind. Or do we? Yes, because otherwise I think he'll start attacking with the Llanowar Elves as well. So let's see if we can give him the death of 1,000 knives. Stab, stab. I don't know what 1,000 knives are. King Sugar? Okay, cool. I'm glad you like the music. Right, so he's going to go have a look for a creature for his deck. That's cool. Great, another creature that's probably worth us getting rid of. King Sugar, what other games do I play? I play a fair chunk of League of Legends. I was thinking about doing a box opening for League of Legends. Hero Gaming Simon, you're already in your secret work, and yet you came back. What a sweetheart! But yes, I'd say kind of League of Legends. What else games do I play? Various different sorts of Steam games, I guess. Right, so let's get rid of the Dread Shade. Man, we've done incredibly well. This deck does incredibly well for a deck that has, you know, literally we've literally got 3 land. It shouldn't be working anywhere near as well as it has. Ah! Well, this might change a bit. I really hope we get some more mana soon. Ah, there we go, some more mana. So, this Rampaging Cyclops comes online. It's going to be a pretty good creature for keeping away our opponents, so we can start swinging in with our 2/1/1 guys. We really need another mana, or another couple of mana, really. If we get one more, we can get the Cloud Reader Sphinx, which will help us find more mana ourselves. Ooh, that thing made me discard one of our really good cards. Yeah. Oh dear. Oh man. I think we might be in trouble, guys. Well, Syncopate's never going to do anything. Imbolus's Clutches isn't so good. Oh! Okay, this basically wins us the game. So we can activate this because we've got a legendary creature, which is this guy. So if we pay 3 mana, we can do boink, boink, and boink. And that will kill all of them, I think. Also mill our opponent for good measure. Hey Davian, how's it going? So we have just murdered all of their stuff. Whoa-ha-ha-ha-ha. That was really, really strong. Jeez. Right, so let's get a smack him. Actually, let's swing in with our Cyclops as well, because he's got literally nothing left. Hero Gaming Simon, you sell phones in the mall. Oh yeah, I forgot his defender guys can actually defend. Makes sense. Alright, we're in a pretty good spot. Let's get our Cloud Reader Sphinx online. Probably should have kept that land in hand. What have we got? So we don't need any more. Aha, but we would love to have some more cards. So, let's get attacking. I think we're pretty much on the road to our next victory unless something really gnarly happens. So we got away with our incredibly bad idea of a starting hand. Ooh, that's pretty good for him. But I think we're getting a semi-close to milling this guy, which is to put all of their cards into their graveyard. And once all the cards in the graveyard, then we win. On the next turn, at least. So that's giving us some good stuff. Okay, so we can swing in the air because he's got nothing to block with. And with our unblockable creatures, which is pretty good. So he's probably going to attack with this Omnivore thing, which lets him chew up his other creatures to give it more attack and defense, power and toughness, as it's called in Magic. But we're more than happy to let our Rampaging Cyclops die, because, you know, who cares about that guy, huh? But yeah, so we win! Hurrah! King Sugar! Yes! I'm not sure what that smiley face is. It's not really that clear on Restream, which I'm using to stream to Twitch and to YouTube at the same time. But there we go! Win again! So, even if it's being played like a very dumb person would play it, you can still win with this deck. Hoorah! So you can see some of Magic the Gathering Arena's economy at work here. You get these kind of quests and you get some gold off them, and you can use that gold to enter tournaments and buy packs. I think you're better off buying tournament entries than packs most of the time, as long as you can actually win. So 5 wins out of a potential 7. Let's keep going because we've only got a little bit of time left on this queue while it still exists, before it disappears into the ether. Whew! Oh boy. Need to get myself some of that delicious water. Fortunately the fidelity of the camera doesn't show that I poured that all over myself. King Sugar, you're a pro in this game. I think I'm probably about average? I don't know. It's hard to tell. I've got some friends who are pro players, literally pro players, and they are miles better than I am, but I think we've gotten pretty lucky. I think this deck has worked out that it's curved up pretty well. Yes, Hero Gaming Simon. This is a good starting hand. We've got a good amount of land. We've got one, two, three. Man, this is an amazing first hand. But yes, today is the update on Modern Combat 5. So you get to play as the Marauder, I think, is the name of the dual-wielding guy. I haven't found out yet if there's any actual balance changes per se, but there's also a... there's some content creator support in there as well. And also effectively an ESL rules queue, or close enough where it's... do we want another land? Not really, not yet. Where it disables cores, and I think it disables prestige weapons. So, I don't know. Right, so let's get our legendary dude going. This guy's fantastic. So remember, with legendary dudes, you can only have one of the same legendary on the field at a time. We've got two of these guys, but, you know... Ooh, a flying first strike. So flying means our guy, if he doesn't have reach, can't block them. But we're not overly worried about that, because guess what we've got? We have got ourselves an Academy Drake who's a 2-2 flyer. Shazam! I can pay more money, or more mana, to make him even more powerful later on. It's a bit... it's not exactly a brilliant trade-off, but it just means that the card is useful later on. So, if he plays a historic spell, his Birdie Man gets stronger. Okay, so he's now got exactly the same stuff as mine, so they're not going to be doing anything for a while. But what we could do is we could freeze them. I think we'll get another Academy Drake. The thing is, if we freeze the guy, we can actually swing in and get some damage. So, I think we'll hold off for a little bit. We'll get another Academy Drake on the field. I'm not super worried about paying the kicker later on, as long as we can start getting a life advantage. I really want to see what his next card is, or what their next card is, before I start throwing out deep freezes, because I might only get one of them this time round. Okay, so he's basically doing nothing. Well, they're basically doing nothing, sorry. I'm going to try and stop artificially gendering my opponents. Oh, cool. There you go, some more mana. Alright, so with that in mind, let's get rid of this 2-2. Which is no longer flying, which is important. And then we can all attack and start getting in for some serious change on the life points. That worked out pretty well. I'm glad I showed a little bit of patience there, as opposed to throwing everything out immediately. So we've got a good next turn. We can throw out the Cloud Reader Sphinx. Ooh, this is where we kind of wish that maybe we held onto the deep freeze for a bit longer. So in that case, why don't we just try digging for another deep freeze, or at least something that can work with our little dude there. So none of these are deep freezes, and we've already got a divination, so let's get rid of those. So we can't attack in the air anymore, but we can hold back an Academy Drake and a Sphinx to together beat up that Serra Angel, I think. Yes. So we won't be able to attack with the Serra Angel. Ooh, that's a bit nasty. But we're alright, we're alright. So let's draw some cards. Boo. And, okay, so we've got a counter spell, we've got some more flying dudes, and we've got a big beefy guy to stand there. So I think we'll just slowly creep towards a win here, unless they start doing something quite dramatic. I think the Cold Water Snapper is going to attack, yes, because if we use our stuff to block, then it becomes a lot less good, so we'll just take the damage. And next turn we'll get out the Cyclops, and that can do a lot of the heavy lifting as far as blocking. That silly old turtle goes. We can't counter that, because this spell relies on them not having any mana left up, and he's got loads of mana left up. They've got loads of mana left up! Ugh! Ooh, but not this time. Hello! So we're going to counter it. We're going to pay our 2, because why not? And this means that we get to kill the second turtle. Excellent stuff. There's nothing that a blue deck likes more than you tapping all of your land. So this dude here will do a fantastic job of effectively allowing us to block the big old turtle dude. We could start attacking with our flyers, but I think that feels like that's pretty risky. So we might start trying to make use of this Warcry Phoenix. If we play this guy next turn, I think we might just start running it in with a lot of people, because this Warcry Phoenix comes back to life if we're attacking with multiple people. And I think we might start to get into the area where we can actually do something. I think our opponent is thinking about maybe trying to just get rid of our Cloud Reader Sphinx by attacking with a Serra Angel. But, because we'll... Oh, hello. Oh, there you go. We've still got our 2/2/2s to block the Serra Angel. This could go poorly, but let's give it a try. So he's still... That means our opponent's got the flying advantage, but not for long, because we have got a Flappy Flappy Bird. Flappy Flappy Bird buddy. So I guess it's worth bearing in mind that... Ooh. Okay. So he's going... The opponent's going to be able to attack with the turtle friend. But I've got to attack with the Warcry... Attack with 3 or more creatures to be able to resurrect the Warcry Phoenix, so that might be quite a long way off. Hopefully we can get some draw spells or something, because we can't really do anything about the... Ugh. That's pretty much not what we wanted. But we know we're getting Divination next, which is nice. Yeah, not a whole lot we can do about this. Because we could block with 2 creatures, but all that ends up in is us dying. So... Oh wait, we're not getting Divination next, I guess. Okay, well we might as well keep this one in hand. Alright, well in that case I think we have to stop attacking with the Fugitive for the time being, and we'll use both of our creatures to block Turtle Chan over here and just hope for sunnier skies in the future. I'm not really sure why it's showing Divination on top of our deck here if we're not... Ugh. Ugh. This isn't looking good for us, friends! Alright, well, I think we just have to bite on this one. At least you can only kill one of these 2 guys. I suspect it will be the Rampaging Colossus. But I think unless we get a really, really good draw, like maybe in Imbolus's Clutches, then I think we're out of luck. Okay. Well, this gets us to draw a card and it effectively buys us a turn. So it will get to effectively negate this guy. So it's not amazing, but... Do I want to attack because then I just take as much damage back again? I think probably not. Hero Gaming Simon, what time is on your country? It's currently 13:21, so 20 past 1 in the afternoon. Yours is 8:20 in the morning. Hero Gaming Simon, I can't actually remember. Where are you from? So normally we want to use Befuddle to win a fight, but instead we'll just use it to save ourselves some damage, and also because we want to draw as many cards as we can. So this will buy us a little bit of time, and as we all know, time is money. Aha! This is exactly what we wanted, a big old creature. So this is great because it's bigger than any of their stuff, and it's also bigger than that, so we'll be able to hold on for the time being. So we don't think we'll be able to... actually, yes, so we can start attacking with our little dude again now, because we've got something that's bigger than all of their stuff to defend with. So we can start up that clock once again. I don't know what it is they've got in hand. Okay, well, we get to lose. Right, well... Shit. Wait, so Hero Gaming Summon, if it's 8:20 in the morning where you are, then... Let's just die. Oh no, our first defeat! Then you must be in... What sort of... so that's... 5 hours? So, on the East Coast of America? Is that right, Hero Gaming? I'm not sure. Alright, so we can get 3 losses maximum. So let's dive right into our next one and see if we can smash them. Hero Gaming. So yes, are you from East Coast USA? I knew what the problem was. Didn't have enough delicious water. Wonderful stuff. Okay, so the really nice thing about this draft deck is we more or less end up with almost the same hand every single time. Or at least we have so far. So we don't have to worry about it having too much variance. It didn't really work out last time round, but I think we mostly made the right moves. I think maybe we could have been a little bit early on our freezing, but it's alright. Well, hello. So this is just a really, really expensive removal spell, but I don't know, it's okay, I suppose. Alright, let's see if we can find ourselves maybe something good for... Oh, that's alright, actually. Because we will need red land at some point. Opt is a really nice card. Right, so let's not reveal that we're playing red yet. And start our Tetsuko party. Right, so it's only good manners to attack before you play stuff, so let's do that. So we can't afford to pay for the kicker, but we've got some creatures out. They don't have any creatures out, so I feel like we've got off to a decent start. We've also got Deep Freeze in case anything particularly interesting comes up. I wouldn't really qualify that as anything particularly interesting. But let's start getting our mountains down, because we can actually play this, because we've got a legendary creature, this guy. So we probably want to set that up before too much longer. We can attack with both of our dudes. Admittedly, they can get back the same amount of damage, so maybe we... screw it, just for the sake of using our mana. Let's get rid of his creature, and that will help us race them a lot more effectively. So what are we looking at for this thing? This thing is 6. So once it's got 6 mana... Once they've got 6 mana... okay, that doesn't really do anything. But it gives them back more life, I suppose, but... Is this still considered to be legendary? I think so. Alright, so now we can play our Immolating Inferno. It's a shame to lose out on our guy who runs around the place. But, it's alright, we have got another one. And we can also... let's see, we've got 5 mana it costs. It puts them up to 7 mana, so we're not really that close to playing this. So we might as well just play it without the kicker and start swinging you through the air with the greatest of ease. So far it's looking pretty reasonable. So 1 more mana. That's a little annoying. So let's draw cards and see if we can find a way past that mammoth spider. Not immediately, but actually we are in a space where we can actually play the Academy Drake with the +2/+2s. So let's end turn for the time being and see what we can get away with. I know, well, I'm kind of hoping that we can maybe catch a really big Immolating Inferno. I'm kind of waiting for them to... Let's see, so... For the time being, I guess we just keep throwing out... There's nothing for us to really do at this point. We could blow up the spider, but maybe that's the better idea, actually. I think if nothing else really happens in the next turn, I think we'll just use our incredibly good spell just on one creature. which is not great, but the opponent doesn't seem to want to play anything. Oh, there we go. So this is still going to be a huge waste of a really, really good spell. But it allows us to start attacking in the air, and I think that's worthwhile. Or we could just do this. This works too. This gives us a chance to hold off on using our really good spell. So, everyone's getting frozen today. Our stuff is getting frozen. Their stuff's getting frozen. Everyone's stuff is frozen. So 6 in the air is pretty good. Next turn, if nothing else happens, we'll throw out a kicked Academy Drake. So that'll be an Academy Drake that's a 4/4 rather than a 2/2. So that'll be nice for us. If they do play something worthwhile, which they... Oh man, how did they get to this many wins with the Navigator's Compass? That doesn't seem like a good spell. So the Navigator's Compass only gives you some life and makes your land a little bit better, but that doesn't seem like that's really worthwhile. So they've still got the ability to use the Blood Tallow Candle. We don't really want to play out our Academy Drake and have them just use that immediately. So, with that in mind, I think we'll just keep attacking in the air. Bear in mind that this guy who's been turned to ice is still a defender. So, they could actually be... There we go. We've successfully drawn out the Blood Tallow Candle. And that means that we can kick our Academy Drake to make it a 4/4. I think when you're a flyer, I'm not sure what the maths exactly is on Magic card design, but I think being a 4/4 flyer is a lot better than being a 4/4 on the ground. I think because flyers don't tend to get bigger that quickly. Right, so, I mean, it's working pretty well. Let's just keep doing what we're doing, because it doesn't seem like our opponent's got too much in the way of answers. Very close to winning. And, I don't know. There we go. We are one step closer to that mythical 7 wins, and also we ranked up, which I think is probably a bad thing, because it means we face up against tougher opponents. But there we go. Got some money from the just random things. Cool. So we've won 6 games. We win 1 more. We get a bunch of gems and 2 packs. This is a lot of work for 2 packs, let me tell you. But I guess it's the game. The game is playing Magic. And at this point, I think we've broken even. So effectively, you've got a pack for free. It took a lot of work for us to get a pack for free, but... Oh. I see the danger of using Spotify as we have Spotify adverts running in the background. Right, what have we got going on here? This is not a great hand. I think I'm going to mulligan it. I mean, it's okay, but it doesn't give us anything to do for a while. I guess I can live with it. Oof, this isn't great. This is probably one of our worst hands for a while. Ooh, or maybe not. Good old Opt. Opt is such a humble spell. Lets us check the top card of our deck and also scry. Also draw, rather. But just so useful as a first time play. There we go, so we're looking for a little bit more land. Opt will help us do that, and it will succeed. Shazam! Everything is wonderful once again. Alright, we don't actually have too much to do on this turn, but we could at least set up for a Syncopate. So this counters the opposing person's spell unless the controller pays mana. As long as our opponent plays all of their mana, which they will, then we can stop them from doing anything. Mwahaha. There we go, blue decks, making their opponent just as terrible as they are. Or in this case. Oh man, I would kind of like to just play my own divination here just to be a jerk. But let's get a creature on the board and start actually doing something. I feel like the psychological warfare of stopping your opponent from playing a particular card, then playing that exact same card. Oh my god! That's a thing that does something. Oh, I don't think this is actually that good. Yeah. Nah. I thought it was a lot more impressive than it actually was. Alright, well, it worked pretty well for us last time round. Let's just throw flying creatures at the opposition until they eventually die. So the Jousting Lance is pretty good, so that will start giving him effectively 4 damage each turn as well. But, yeah. What we're going to do is we'll just deep freeze it, and that will mean that we've suddenly leapt ahead in the lead again. Well, do we even bother? We could just befuddle. We haven't got quite enough mana to do everything in our hand. So, I think we'll just Divination, and then we can throw out a dude or a lady to suggest that we might try and block that 4-2. Though obviously we're not overly bothered about that because I think we're gonna eventually win. Let's just, actually we'll just block it. And that way we are officially winning the race. Right, so now we can go full jerk mode and effectively remove his creature because we've got another deep freeze to work with. And we've also got Befuddle, which we don't really need to use for anything, but we could use just to draw ourselves a card, I suppose. Oh, hello. It's going to be a big creature! It's so wonderful when they play a big creature. Oh wait, it's not a big creature, it's just a draw spell. That's a quite expensive draw spell, especially when you're trying to not die and your draw spell does damage to you. So, effectively, our opponent Rusei skipping their turn and also damaging themselves. I wonder what else they had in their hand that makes this the optimal move. Because now they've only got 2 mana to play with this turn, so they can't redeploy their Jousting Lance. Even if they did have another creature, they probably can't even play another creature. Maybe they're digging for a cheap creature they can put this on? But that's not really going to help them too much. So, I guess the question here is, do we just burn Befuddle in order to draw a card? I think probably, just because Befuddle's not doing anything for us right now. We're on 16 lives, so we're not going to die with any kind of immediacy. Befuddle is good, but maybe something, a creature I think would be more useful on our part, just in case something goes wrong. So I think we'll burn it, because we've got nothing else to do. And maybe we could draw a counter spell and mess up whatever it is that Rusei is trying to do. I think I need to be a little bit higher up on the screen. Oops. Alright. What have they got? Our good friend Opt. Good stuff. So they're definitely digging for something. If it's a creature, we would deep freeze it. Because this can't attack anymore. Or if it does, we can befuddle it, but maybe they're digging for something to deal with a deep freeze? I don't know, that just doesn't seem like that's really worthwhile. It's not going to make them win. So let's cycle our befuddle. So it only gets us more land. I thought that might happen. But... more land! Excellent! So we're very close to winning. Either one of these guys survives, then we are good. Okay, so this is whatever Rusei was digging so frantically for, which is to dig for more cards. Okay, I think we might have gotten our 7th win unless they've got something super special on 4 mana. Okay, that's pretty clever. That actually works. So, now this has got flying and lifelink, it means we can't actually get through anymore. even if we deep freeze it, it still stays the same. So, okay. So we'll just end turn for the time being, I think. Actually, let's try one more land. Just so we can set up eventually for a really huge LARP spell. But that was a good response from Rusei. I like it. So we're kind of at a standoff for the time being. I think if we can... So our removal doesn't really work on him anymore, on this creature, because it's always going to have vigilance and flying and lifelink. That's pretty cool, actually. I've never seen that kind of combination. And also some sweet hair. Not as cool as Haxor's hair, but still pretty sweet hair nonetheless. So the opponent could give up at this point, but I don't think they should, because they're not dead. As soon as we draw the legendary guy who can sneak through all defenses, then they'll be in a lot of trouble, but... Okay, that's a lot of mana. Ooh, what does this do? Man, that's really nice. Wow. That's super good for them. Fortunately, I don't think they've kind of really turned up too much amazing stuff in terms of the graveyard as of yet. But, oh, hello. This is exactly who we were looking for. So hopefully this guy won't get nailed. Because they are a win condition. Hero Gaming Simon, maybe one day I'll do an MC5 stream so we can play. I would definitely be up for doing it on PC. I don't know if I'm completely useless at it on Android and iOS. Would you, Hero Gaming, would you be able to play on PC sometime? Because that's where I can at least, you know, play as opposed to just get shot. So as long as they don't have removal, or some way of dealing with Tetsuko, they're on a 2-turn timer here. And hopefully I can maybe draw something good. So they've got a lot, they can basically draw most of their deck, because next turn they're going to be able to just cast everything multiple times. So if they've got something particularly good in their hand, they might well just nail us off that. Okay, so Historic Spell is, oh man, we are drawing garbage. Is a, let's see, what is it? It's a legendary card, an artifact, or a saga. So there you go. Oh, hello, this is probably not good news. That's a lot of mana. Oh wait, it's 4 mana. Oh, okay. Well, that's annoying. Okay, we probably need to get rid of... I don't know, this is... I think this is too annoying in combination with this, so we probably need to get rid of the ship's mage. Hero Gaming Simon, I don't think I've got a huge amount on my account. We can play squad battle and be the worst squad ever. Don't worry, it'll be fantastic. We're good with those tier 1 weapons, right? Tier 1 recon for life. Does that work? I don't know. So we're going to be seeing a lot of drawing, a lot of scrying. I think we need a pretty good draw next time. Though we're still back to the situation here where unless our opponent has got more flash legendary creatures, which I think is fairly unlikely, then we'll be able to win in 2 turns, all else being equal. But I don't know. No prestige weapons. Pfft, prestige weapons are for nerds. Hero Gaming Simon, real cool people win with knives only. You just run around picking up other people's weapons. It's fine. Oh. That's bad news. They are going to bounce back some of their stuff that has been otherwise eliminated. Yep. We're in a tough spot. Oh wait, the Saga's going to get played again. Jeez. Oh man. I mean, there's the possibility we might win by deck out, but... Oh man. Oh, that's interesting. I thought they were going to bring back their ship's mage. But okay, I guess we're going to be seeing another play of the this saga. So they're just going to have basically unlimited stuff. Oh boy, oh boy. Well, they're running out of time at least, so that's something. And the fact that they're going to tap something doesn't really matter. So they get back probably divination? No, rescue. Okay. And they get to... Oh, they've actually played this out pretty well. Oh, man. So, if we can stop drawing lands, then I think it'll be right. So this is halfway to winning. Maybe we can get all the way to winning someday. I don't think we've got a kind of like just a do damage spell. So they're gonna get back what the divination. Yeah, I don't think we're... I don't know. Like, I think they've gotten really unlucky they have nothing to do with the fugitive Tetsuko at the moment, with the amount of cards they've drawn. But I have to think that's going to change at some point. I think I'm quite lucky the Saga thing doesn't let them get back enchantments, or they would have frozen my fugitive again. I have got a second fugitive, as I mentioned before, because this deck is pretty gross. But it's a little uncooperative at the moment, seeming to want to encourage me to set up as many plots of land as possible. Alright, so something substantial. Okay. And a land that gets you back a creature from your graveyard to your hand. That's a pretty nice one. Oh, that's really good. Does he actually... They don't have any creatures in the graveyard though, which is a little bit disappointing for them, I'm sure. Alright, well, we'll bite. Because, I don't know. If they want to play something to stop that from happening, then I'm okay with that. Anything that puts them further away from winning is good by me. Have they really... Man, my draws have been awful, but theirs have apparently been worse. So, let's see. They've got mana. Have they got anything which they can do? Wow. Well, there you go. That is a 7-win arena run with one loss that we don't talk about. I think the lights has changed, and so that's why I've got a little bit of... Ignore that. Alright, so there you go. Won a quick draft. Fantastic stuff. So we get 950 gems, a couple of Dominaria packs. Let's have a look and see what was in them. Something good. Let's hope it's a representation of Hero Gaming Simon. Hero Gaming Simon, I've always thought you... Ooh, this is some nice stuff. That you were a wild card. They said you was a wild one. There you go, Hero Gaming Simon. My augury with Magic the Gathering packs is complete. And what else we got? You are also... Oh man! These are some really nice packs. So wildcards can be redeemed for anything of that rarity. And Mythic Rare is the best rarity. So, we did pretty darn well out of that. Got some other stuff as well, which I didn't actually bother to look at in the other pack. Yeah, some alright stuff. Nothing too crazy. The really important thing here is that we managed to get through this before the queue was complete. So I think, yeah, at this point, I think it's gone. Yes. So we're quite lucky to finish that out in time. But there you go, guys. Alright, I've got some work to do, so that'll be it for now. But Hero Gaming Simon and everyone else who's still watching, thanks for watching, and I'll do some MC5 streaming. Maybe if I can, I'm out this evening, but maybe if I've got time tomorrow evening. Tell you what, Hero Gaming Simon, what I'll do is, if you go over to my Facebook page, Counterfeit Cast, then I'll post up on there when I'm going to do stuff. I forgot to do it this time around, but I'll do it for the future. So if I am going to do any streams, say tomorrow, it will be tomorrow if any time, before I head off. Because I'm away for a while, from Sunday. If I'm going to do anything, I'll post it into the Facebook group. But for now, thank you guys for witnessing the glory that is me. And yeah, that's the first time I think I've ever won a draft of anything. So, boink. See you guys later.